Hey folks, welcome back. As I kept saying in the beginning, this is the Wealth File Part 2. And here I'm with 8 more wealth files, and let me present them one after the other. And I'm going to continue from wealth file number 10. Wealth file number 10. For those of you who are catching this video, do not forget to catch the previous video of this series where I have spoken about the 9 wealth files, and I've also set the context in my introduction about what do I mean when I say rich people and what do I mean when I say poor people. All right, with that being said, let's get going on wealth file number 10. Wealth file number 10 is rich people are excellent receivers, poor people are poor receivers. Rich people are excellent receivers and poor people are poor receivers. Why do I talk of receiving? It's because, let me ask you a question. If somebody praises you, somebody gives you a generous compliment, how will you react? How will you respond? Well, when I see people, when they hear compliments, when I give compliments, the common response from people is they feel shy, they blush, they are very uncomfortable looking into my eyes, and they just say a very, very meager thank you. It's almost like a whisper, thank you. They don't have the confidence to say thank you looking into my eyes because I am complimenting them. Now that's what I mean by saying poor receivership. But rich people, they just soak in the moment. It's like taking a sun bath. When somebody is complimenting you, somebody is giving you something, somebody is giving you whatever they want to give you, you be a dignified receiver. Rich people do that. Practice this. Practice this. And this will help you because this is how you attract goodness and greatness into your life. It might sound silly, but that's the truth. That is the truth. Actors, politicians, businessmen, successful people, sports stars, they are trained. They are trained to go on stage and receive an award. They are trained to smile looking at the camera and people in the audience. I have trained them in my coaching classes as to how to go on stage and say thank you in an elegant, dignified way. So rich people are excellent receivers while poor people are poor receivers. Wealth file number 11. Rich people choose to get point or paid based on results. Look at this. This is very important. Rich people choose to get paid based on results while poor people choose to get paid based on time. Yeah. In other words, if you choose to get paid on time, you are nothing more than a laborer because only a laborer is rewarded for the amount of time he spends or she spends on a particular job. Rich people decides and choose to get rewarded based on their results, the results they deliver. I mean, go take a doctor, for example, a neurosurgeon. If that person's strike rate, as I say, the success rate is, say, 99%, you don't negotiate with that man. You just pay up by mustering all your resources because you don't want to take risk with the life of your loved one or maybe your own life. So that means they are commanding that price because of the results they deliver. But whereas others, the compounders, the attenders, the nurses, the other people in the hospital, they are paid for the time they spend. 24 days out of 30 days, they have to be there and they get paid only because of that. So that's the difference. Wealth file number 12. Rich people think both, while poor people think either or. Yeah. So rich people think both this and that, while poor people think this or that. That's the problem. Exclusion creates doubts. Either this or that. So you're caught in a dilemma. But rich people is like this and that. Now you may ask me, that if I don't focus on one thing, how will I get both the things? But the point I'm trying to tell you here is one after the other is still focusable, right? You can do this and then that. But instead, what we do is we are caught in the confusion of this or that, and we end up spending time procrastinating, unable to decide, in dilemma. You got it? Prioritization is different, but choosing this and that is also different. Wealth file number 13. Rich people focus on their net worth, poor people focus on their working income. We have all heard invest in assets, don't invest in liabilities. A vehicle is a liability. A two-wheeler or a four-wheeler is a liability because the day you bring it out of a showroom, its value starts reducing down. But it becomes an asset if the vehicle is bought by a company. Why? Because they claim depreciation out of their profits and then they pay their taxes. That's a different class on accountancy. But what I'm trying to tell you is you focus on increasing your net worth, not your workable income. Rich people focus on their net worth, poor people focus on their working income. I'll take another job, I'll do another shift, I'll make more money. No, that's not the way to think about life. Way to think about life is expanding your circle of influence and increasing your net worth. Wealth file number 14. Rich people manage their money well, poor people mismanage their money. Yes, you mismanage the money. I mean, look at all those lottery winners. They make millions of rupees, but after a period of time, they go back to their default setting, which is living below their means, which is not able to afford. They got million, but then they did not use it wisely, manage it wisely, spend it, and then they are done with it. But rich people, they only get richer. Every other day you keep hearing that this businessman increased his net worth, bought a property worth so and so and that and this. That means rich people manage their money well, poor people manage their money badly. Wealth file number 15. Rich people have their money work hard for them, and poor people work hard for their money. Yeah, it's very simple. Interchanging words, but then they mean totally different. Rich people make their money work hard for them. Warren Buffett says, my money works even when I'm not working, when I'm sleeping. And poor people, they work hard. I mean, you've seen people on the streets laboring or spending time in the hot sun, spending the 8 hours to clock their shift and take their money. Fruit sellers, vegetable sellers. I'm not comparing and demeaning anybody. I'm just giving you an example, a contrast. Right? How do you have to live your life? Wealth file number 16. Rich people act in spite of fear. Poor people let fear stop them. Now, this is very interesting. This is my favorite actually. Fear is there for everyone. When people come to me for public speaking, for confidence building, I tell them, even the best of the best speakers have fear, fear of the stage, fear of public, but they don't let that fear control them. They overcome that fear. But others let that fear control them and then they take a back step. So same here when it comes to wealth file. Rich people act in spite of fear. Poor people let fear stop them. I'll give you an example, a real world example from FedEx. The CEO, when the company was almost staring at bankruptcy, takes a flight with $5,000 in the bank account of the company. He takes a flight to Vegas and then he gambles there, all that 5,000 rupees, and he had no hope because that's the only way to get some money for his business because he had just $5,000 in the account. And luck had it, or his fate or destiny, whatever you want to call it, he made $27,000, which was enough for running that company for one more week. Meet the expenses of the company for one more week. He takes that money, comes back to his headquarters and gives it to their accountants to manage the entire business. And with that newfound hope, this person starts raising $111 million of funds before it went into bankruptcy. And then, you know what is FedEx and how it is surviving even today and how it grew. This is the real story. But what I'm trying to tell you is rich people act in spite of fear, while poor people let fear stop them. Wealth file number 17. Rich people constantly learn and grow. Poor people think they already know. Continuous learning is the only way to keep progressing. That's where I feel qualification is different, education is different. Education is continuous learning? Are you able to learn every day? Or are you happy that I got my BSc certificate or my MBA program completion certificate and then I'm done with my education in life or learning for life? No. Rich people, wealth file number 17. Rich people constantly learn and grow. Poor people think they already know. Wealth file number 18, and the last of the wealth files here. Rich people wait to give away. Poor people wait to go away. Very, very melodramatic, but that's the truth. Wealth file number 18. Rich people wait to give away. Poor people wait to go away. At one point in time, you have a choice. Are you fed up of life? Or are you able to enjoy life? Give it back to life. Look at Bill Gates. Look at Warren Buffett. Look at Azim Premji in India. They made so much wealth that they love to give it away. They're not taking everything back with them. There are people who are holding it, but then the point here is they take pride in giving away. But there are people who believe that enough is enough. We have toiled, we have struggled enough, and now it's time to give up on life. So this is the difference, and this is what I want to tell you through these wealth files. So if you have liked these 18 wealth files, do me a favor. Don't comment, don't share, don't like. Just implement them in your life. It is never too late. Let today be the first day for the rest of your life. And I'm sure these 18 files can actually bring lot of progress in any area you choose, in any area you're operating in, and let it bring you success. That's my wholehearted wish through this particular video. Thank you very much for watching and spending this time with CSK Speaks.